my channel, I usually go live as much as possible. Really, I try to do once a week. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but yes, it started with me showing the campsites I was at when I was living in a van, and now it's just chit-chatting every week. So right now, 0 people are in the chat. If I look kind of gross, it's because I've been at the gym all day long. With training for the AT, I'm trying to spend a lot of time walking, and today I went to the gym for 5 hours. I was walking on the treadmill. Oh, Mama Muffin, welcome. You are first. But I spent all day walking on the treadmill, and it was, pretty boring. My feet really hurt from blisters, and like the muscles in my ankles are really hurting. Not hurting, but like they're sore. I can tell I worked them a lot. So yeah. Drummer says, when you gonna hit the AT? I'm not gonna say publicly my start date, but videos will be coming in April. Johnny Z, welcome to the chat. Glad you all are here. Miscellaneous BS, yay! Welcome. Thanks, Drummer. I'm looking forward to it. Gonna do a lot of videos about my time in Alaska and this destination I went after that, and then some like AT training videos. So yeah, it's gonna be good. Rod, hello from Central Florida. Hi. Scott Yay, or Scotty, says, wife and I will be watching you on the AT. Oh, that's awesome. Glad for it. Drummer says, was it cold up there? It sure was. Charles says, you are my inspiration for the van life. Much peace and love from Charles. Aw, thank you. That's wonderful. I had a really good time living in my van. Definitely towards the end, I was kind of ready for a change, but I think that's just me, always wanting to do something different in life. But I hope you have a great time with it. But yeah, let's see, to get back to Drummer's question about it being cold. Yes. Luckily the places I stayed were really warm, but I took a tour of this glacier, and that video is coming out on Saturday, but we were just standing around talking about the glacier, and my feet were hurting so bad because it was just so cold. Mike and Shayna's Trail Adventures says, hello from Bama. Welcome, you guys. Glad you're here. Sounds like you have a pretty cool channel if you have Trail Adventures in your name. That sounds great. Oh my gosh. So off camera, I took my sock off because I'm rubbing my feet because they hurt bad. And one of my blisters is full of blood. Oh my goodness. Sorry if that's disgusting to you all, but I couldn't not react to it. Oh my gosh. Now I'm looking at the other foot. This is so gross. I tried out some new trail runners I got today. And they're good. I'm keeping them. I don't like the way they look, but they're really sturdy. And now it's just my feet are going to have to take some getting used to them in the form of blisters, unfortunately. I was on the treadmill and I was thinking I really ought to maybe try taping up my feet before I get on the treadmill. I thought about, I have Leukotape, which is good for taping up blisters on the trail, and I hadn't thought about doing it off the trail, so I have to try that next time. Charles says, ooh, juicy. Ah, gross. Mike and Shannon's Trail Adventure said, working on it. We'll be starting on the trail February 22nd. Oh, You're doing the AT too? That's so cool. Oh, I would be so cold doing it starting in February, but you all go for it. Sounds like you're bound and determined. Mama Muffin says, soak your feet in Epsom salts. That's a good idea. Digidus, welcome. Glad you made it. We were just talking about how I was at the gym all day and I got some blisters that are really gross. And my ankle muscles are so sore. What about everybody else? What are y'all up to today? Mike and Shanna say, had to run needle and thread through my foot last night. Blood blister. Oh, goodness. Video on your channel. Oh, man, I don't know. I want to support you as my fellow AT hikers. I'll watch your videos, but not that one. Jack LaCroix says, having a beer after work. Oh, cool. That's great. What kind are you having? Les, hi Maddie. Yes, blisters really suck. They do. I wore some really nice socks today, though. Charles says, I'm on my lunch at ASU campus. Oh, at first I was like, it's not lunchtime, but I guess you just mean a meal break. And I forget what job I did, but they were calling it lunch, and I was like, well, technically I would be eating dinner given what time it is, but okay. I know what you mean. Michael Stananek says, hello from Pennsylvania. I'm looking forward to your hiking adventures. Enjoy Rocksylvania. It sucks for your feet. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Digidus says they were up to some bathroom renovation today. That sounds interesting. I always think it would be so interesting to own my own house and get to change things up if I wanted. Renovate them. Are you renovating your bathroom though, or is this for work or something? Rod says, finally painting my kitchen cabinet for my van. Oh, good. That's so exciting. It's going to be great, I'm sure. Let's see. Gigi just says, not interesting, just hard work. Yep, my bathroom. Well, I guess I'm not saying like I would just working on stuff would be fun, but being able to choose, like, I don't like these tiles, let's change them to a different color or a different shape, or just stuff like that. I think I would enjoy about having a house. It was really fun building my van and choosing, okay, what two wood stains go together and what color is my bedding gonna be, and, you know, just using what I had versus buying stuff new. Oh, yay, internet person. Hello from Alamogordo, New Mexico. And Kim, hi. Welcome, welcome. How are you all today? Drummer says, what's your mileage in the van now? Don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna write down that I need to figure out some stuff with that. I need to remember how much it is now, but I don't. Alrighty, Drummer says, oh, I already read that. Okay, so what have you all been up to the past couple weeks? Sue Smith says, now I'm thinking of SUV traveling around my state because of your awesome videos. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad I could help. What kind of SUV do you have? If you're looking to get one, I was between getting an SUV or a minivan, and I think my pick for the best SUV to live in would be a Toyota 4Runner, but that being said, they really do not have a big amount of space. But maybe I'm just spoiled for being in my minivan. And I think it definitely has bigger stuff. Mike and Shanna say, gear shakedown, LOL. What are you all referring to when you say that? You're going on a gear shakedown? I should go on a gear shakedown? What do you mean? For anyone that's not familiar with backpacking terms, that usually means when you go on a hike that's shorter than a big hike you're going on to test out all your gear and maybe see what you can live without. Sue Smith says, getting new vehicles soon and looking into a Honda or Subaru. Oh, very cool. Kim says, horrible gas mileage too on the 4Runner. Is it? Yeah, that's something important to look at. Thanks, Charles. Talk to you later too. Mike and Shanna said, we made a platform for our Traverse to travel from Bama to Yellowstone, and it was awesome. Oh, very cool. Just says, Toyota is best. I agree. It just seems like the most reputable. That being said, it's not perfect, because when my van, those lights came on my dashboard and it took people forever to figure out what was wrong, I still think it could be a faulty sensor, but who knows. Internet person says, I feel like in a 4Runner I'd bonk my head on the ceiling every time I roll over in bed. Yeah, very true. I remember sitting in one that I was test driving, and like, you could sit on the floor and sit up straight, but like, how big of a mattress are you gonna have? And you can't really have what's it called, gear storage underneath. Oh, AK Rambler, thank you. A 4-wheel drive is a must. Yes, that's why I love my Sienna. Mike and Shayna said, gear shakedown for our upcoming second attempt AT through hike. Oh, okay. Are you telling me what video I should watch of yours? Are you saying that, did I ask, like, what did you all do? Maybe that's, yeah, I did say kind of to the group, what have you all been up to? So you're probably answering that question. My bad. It's hard reading these messages and I don't know what's the context of people saying stuff. Kim says Toyota makes a Sienna Woodland Edition. Oh, cool. No way. Did they just start doing that? That sounds really handy. Mike Staniek says, I think the issue started when they had installed your solar system. That darn solar system. Mike and Shanna says, yes, that's what they were talking about. Bowie Deuce says, hi from Michigan. Oh, good. Glad you're here. RV Rambler says, check out Tuber SUV RVing. Tristan is awesome. Guess what, you all? I actually talked to that guy before because I made a video about what vehicle should you live in, and at the end of each vehicle section, I say I recommend that you go watch this channel about it. And obviously I said you should go watch SUV RVing if your quiz answer was SUV. And I reached out to everyone that I featured, just trying to build good relationships with people, and very few people took the time to be like, oh, thanks for that shout out. But Tristan was like, oh, good, I took the quiz and I got an SUV. So I was like, yes, a famous person took my quiz and he was right. Oh, isn't that funny? Hi, Scott. Welcome aboard. Bowie Deuce, thumbs up to you too. Kim says, I believe the Woodland Edition came out in 2022. Makes sense. People are so much, like van companies, I should say, are really understanding that van life is here to stay. So I know Ford came out with a new van that's being made to be like higher clearance, already has windows in it, doesn't come with seats in the back, for people wanting to convert stuff. Mama Muffin, you seen SUV RVing? That's good. Florida Bloke says, love your channel. You have a great personality. Thank you. Glad you like the channel. Digitus Astractus says, need to get the subs up so Maddie doesn't have to worry about spending money. She has to eat junk food for dinner in the last vid. What was the last video? When I was in my hotel room in Alaska, I guess. Yeah, I think I'll always be a person that's scared of spending money, though. Scott Robertson said, are you decided on rent the van while you're on the AT? I definitely want to, but here's the thing, I haven't, I've been putting it off for a long time. Time is just getting away from me so much these days, but I'm trying to, that's actually what I wrote down earlier on my to-do list, was that I haven't come up with a fair price to rent it out for, because I know it's a vehicle and it's a place to stay, so it would be, I don't know, it saves the potential buyer from getting an Airbnb or a rental car, in both. But at the same time, I don't want to like jack up the price and it'd be like really unreasonable for a person like me to afford. So I don't know. I haven't really found a price that I think is good. Well, not found a price, but I haven't done enough research to know about that yet. But yeah, I'm hoping to rent the van. If anyone's interested, please shoot me an email. I think if you go to my About tab on my like homepage for my YouTube channel, if you go all the way over to my About tab, and it's like, hi, I'm Maddie. I like drinking beer outside. I think on that page is where it says my email address. Alrighty. John Swan says, hey Maddie, how did you handle the lack of sunshine in AK? I'm always amazed at the sun at midnight in summer. I love your vids. Always inspirational. Thank you. Well, I really wasn't there that long, and I thought it was just cool to see, like the sun didn't rise till 9:30. And so it was cool to be like, wow, I naturally woke up on my own before the sun rose. Wow, I'm getting up so early. I'm so well disciplined. And just, I don't know, I found it more of a novelty than a bummer. So I just embraced it, you know, it's something new happening in my life I haven't seen before. Jasper Steve says, I'm sorry I'm late. Look forward to your footage on Alaska, unless it's already been asked. Yeah, the Alaska videos are coming. February is going to be all this trip I just took. Oh, John Swan, thank you so much for the $20. Really appreciate that. AK Ramlet. Sorry, y'all. AK Rambler said, did you stay on budget while sojourning in AK? I didn't really give myself a budget. I was just trying to spend as little as possible. And I think the final total of what I spent was like $2,500. And that's including flights, including activities, including where I stayed. So I think that's okay for doing such a like long and far away trip. I think it's good. KG says, rent your van out. I'm trying to. NKY Brad says, love your channel and videos. Greeting from a fellow Kentuckian. I was wondering when I read NKY, it could stand for something else, but I think Northern Kentucky. So that's great. Welcome to the channel. Ron says, aloha from Hawaii. Welcome. Sheldon and Penny says, would you be open to viewers sending a resupply box while you're on the AT? I think that'd be really hard to coordinate. That would be so sweet though. Like, I love the intention behind it. Another thing that I'm trying to do when time is getting away from me is I'm trying to make a Google form that comes up like it looks just like a survey and you can type stuff into it. But I'm trying to make one of those where people can fill out if they'd like to help me on the AT, specifically how, and like a phone number or email address I could reach them at to like arrange logistics. So if you're interested in that, be looking for that survey. One of the million things that I have to do, but yeah, that'd be really nice of you. Thank you. AK Rambler says Homer has 8:17 of sunlight, 8 hours and 17 minutes of sunlight with an hour of twilight. Oh, very cool. Tanya says, hello, Maddie. Hey, welcome. Glad you made it. Scott says, do you prime your water filter with clean water before you use it? Honestly, I've gotten very few new water filters in my life. Normally, I just use one that my dad gave me and clean it out when I'm done with the trip. I don't know. That sounds like a great idea, though. Internet person says, your van has history, though. You're telling me that this van belongs to the Maddie, the YouTubist. Yes. You remember my title. Mr. Plumber Guy. Hello. Glad you made it. Welcome to the chat. Sheldon and Penny Hike says, okay, that Google form sounds great. Would love to help. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate that. KG says, just make sure if you end up renting it out, you check with insurance that they got to carry insurance if you, can get it in the gray. Definitely. I'm a little worried about the legalities of it, like if it breaks down, or I don't know, what if like something goes wrong and whoever's renting it out wants to sue me. I'm worried about those legalities. I've heard of something, an app called Outdoorsy, where like Airbnb, you rent out your condo or house. On this app, you rent out your van or converted vehicle of some kind. So I'm hoping to go through that app just for like extra protection. But if it's like they take a bunch of the fee away, I don't know about that. Again, I haven't looked into it enough. Jasper C says, Trail Magic on the AT during your hike could be scheduled possibly instead of shipping to specific locations. Definitely. John Singler says, which is more culturally significant, the Renaissance or Beyonce? Oh man, curveball question. I love it. Or a question I wasn't expecting anyway. I don't know. Because, like, I've been alive for Beyonce. I have no idea about the Renaissance. Great question. I would say Beyonce, but that's only because of... Or actually, maybe the Renaissance, because, like, a bunch of different style of art forms started getting more popular. Beyonce is only one artiste. Great question. Very fun. Darren says, if you are near a major airport, you could create multi-day vacation ideas where someone or a couple could fly in, rent your van, and follow your itinerary. Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. That's a great idea. Now I'm thinking about stuff people could do from Louisville. Not a whole lot of free camping options over here, but there are campgrounds that'd be fun to stay at. And the one I went to a few weeks ago when I did the video about am I gonna live in my van after the AT. AK Rambler says, REI may have a gift card account for access when you need it. Yeah, that's a good idea. That'd be really handy to have. Michael says, would love the Trail Magic. Make sure you do ice cream challenge in PA. So for people that haven't heard of that, once you get to the halfway point of the AT, there's a tradition where you try to eat a whole half gallon of ice cream. And I'm like, I do love ice cream, but that just doesn't sound like fun to me, eating a whole half gallon in one sitting. And especially because, like, that's not, I don't know, nutritious. Like, I don't know. When I go on backpacking trips, I'm really like, I like being in town because there's different options of food and you can get some veggies, get some fruit, but ice cream, I don't know. Maybe my mind will change when I'm there in the moment though. It does seem like a really fun tradition. Internet person says the Renaissance never broke the internet with a selfie, just saying. Great point. NKY Brad says you've been to 49 states now. Which states will you definitely go back to? Which will you probably not go back to? I don't know, man, because even the ones I didn't have a good experience in, and I wouldn't even say not a good experience, just like an average experience. Like when I went to Nebraska, it was really hot and there were like bugs of some kind. I don't remember what they were, but some reason I didn't want to be outside of my van, and inside it was really hot. But like even like that, I'm like, what if I just went in at a different type of year and maybe there's like a super beautiful hike that I didn't that I didn't know of in time. But I'm really looking forward to going on the AT. Obviously, I'm looking forward to going through the South, the Mid-Atlantic, and New England again, especially Vermont. I thought all the little towns were so cute, and like everywhere you looked was just perfect. So I'm looking forward to being back there again. I also really love the Southwest, of course, New Mexico and Arizona, and California is just my favorite state besides Kentucky. There's just so much to do there and so many different types of environments. AK Rimler says, isn't there a shoe tree on the AT where people at start who don't like their shoe toss them in a tree? Yeah, I've seen that. I think it's like the first place you can, or a place where a lot of people decide they're not gonna hike anymore. They're not gonna keep going. So to be like, bye, I'm done with hiking, they tie their shoes and throw them up. That's what I've heard of. Anyway, I could be remembering that wrong, or who knows. Mike and Shanna said, yeah, that hurts my tummy just thinking about all that ice cream. KG says, but you do know that all National Forest and BLM are allowed to stay in at the same spot for 2 weeks. If you're talking about when I said there's not a lot of free campsites in Kentucky, there's no BLM land that I don't think, well, I don't want to say this in absolute because I could be wrong, but from my understanding, I think all BLM land is out west. Even like Texas and the Dakotas, like you can't find them there either. As for national forests, oh man, we got Daniel Boone National Forest, but I can't think of any others. But maybe since when I'm usually in my van, I don't hang around Louisville. Maybe there's plenty, I just don't know about it. Chipmunk Shatter Farm says, I hope you keep on going, keep on keeping on. Thank you. Very kind of you to say. John says, yeah, BLM is not a big thing in every state like OR. Yes, a lot of the Midwest, no. Oh, yep, mostly out west. KG said, well, any of them matter owned by the federal government. It doesn't have to actually be a forest. Oh, I get what you mean. Like national seashore, national lakeshore, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. AK Ramblers has been watching YouTuber Kelly Hikes. I think the full name of their channel is Kelly Hayes Hikes, unless we're talking about two different people, is on the Florida Trail. She rocks and gets beverage stipends. Oh, good. Beverage stipends by you or another person that just stole your, what you always say. You always say beer stipend when you donate. By me? Oh, good. Well, that's great. I'm sure she appreciates it just as much as I do. Alrighty, guys. We are at the, we are in 30 minutes so far. Let's chat for 15 more minutes. Like I said, I've been in the gym all day, so I'm really looking forward to taking a shower. And going to bed. Big Apple Backpacking. Hello from the Big Apple, New York City. Thanks again for the beer. I still owe you a bit. Oh! Big Apple Backpacking was one of the winners of my latest giveaway. So that's great. That was the giveaway where it was from like the Dakotas and everything I did after that. So it was, my last giveaway was 8 beers from the Dakotas, Montana, PNW, California, and Nevada. And the last 2, Idaho and Wyoming. Great times. Great beer. Limehouse says, I know this is personal, but where did you get that pink rock behind you? Oh, don't even worry about that being personal. Oh my gosh. I just broke this lamp. Darn it. What the heck? Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Goes right back in there. Can you all see the dust flying around? This was my brother's, actually. That he left here. And now it's mine. It's really nice because like an hour before I go to bed, I turn this on and turn my twinkle lights on and turn the big light off, and it's very, very ambient. But if you want to rock like this, I'm sure they have them all over the place. They're called Himalayan salt lamps, and it's supposed to be healthy for you in some way, but I don't remember what it is. Like, it neutralizes your energy. There we go. KG says, I'm in New Mexico, so we have tons, I guess. I didn't think of other areas. You could hike the Continental Divide Trail that goes from the way up to Mexico. Goes from Mexico all the way up to Canada. I have heard of that. I don't know if I'm going to want to keep doing long distance hikes after the AT. The AT is just like the trail to me, so that's the one I'm most looking forward to. I don't know if I'll do the others. That just, we'll see how it goes. But the AT is the main one I want to do in life. Darren says, I hiked the AT. Oh, Ron, wishing you happiness and safety on your journeys. Thank you so much. How kind. Love that. Thank you. Darren says, I hiked the AT in 98 and used a guidebook that listed all the POs near the trail. Then did some math to determine approximate date I'd be close and shared it with friends. That's nice. I am, because my speed can change so much, I wouldn't want to send someone something in the mail and then me get to that destination before the package does, and then I have to wait around. So I'm hoping not to have too many things mailed to me. In some cases, like, we'll just cross that bridge when we get to it, but I'm trying to not do that as much. Sorry, I feel like I always say, that might be annoying to y'all, sorry. Sholin Wright says, never been to Alaska, but I'm into wildlife photography and heard it's awesome there. It is. Let's see. Of course, when I was there, it was winter, so bears were definitely hibernating, and I assume other animals wouldn't be as active, but I did go. This is coming up in my video next Wednesday, but I did go to an animal wildlife Conservation Center. So, yeah, that was really cool. I got so many good videos of animals. I can't wait to show you all that video. It's gonna be awesome. AK remember his trail name mishap was that to when I broke my little lamp. Yep. Mishap indeed. NKY Brad says, any big gear changes for the AT? Yes, I'm glad you asked. I just ordered a new backpack. It's from not Hyperlite, but ULA. It's the ULA circuit, but made with a material that is more waterproof than their standard model. So really nervous about, is that going to fit me well? I tried on one in the store. I happened to find one at a local store, and that was great, but it was not the size I ordered, and I didn't have all my gear and stuff in it. So I'm like, I don't know. Makes me nervous. So nervous, I kicked the tripod. Whoa! Okay. And a person says, is that lamp real salt? Have you licked it to test its authenticity? I think so, honestly, because I remember one time when I was in, I don't know, I think I was in college, but my brother was like, hey, taste this. And without questioning, I did. And I was like, oh, yeah, it tastes like salt. And he was like, yeah, it's a Himalayan salt. So that probably was this exact one. I don't know. He's a real big Himalayan salt lamp dude. Like, he has multiple of them. Limehouse says, woo, I thought I'd cause you to break it. Thanks. I eat Himalayan salt, so why not be illuminated by it? Yeah, perfect. The only food that you can also use as a decoration. Ian the Martian said, Ian the Martian, I can't read. AK Rambler, Mom and Pop's beer stipend. Thank you so much. I am actually hanging out with my parents tomorrow, so I will bring them a beer maybe, or buy them a beer. Ian, not Ian, whatever I said, the Martian says, looking forward to your AT videos. Thank you very much. Looking forward to sharing them. Coffee Traveling says, good to see you. Thank you. Same to you. Darren says, if you arrive too early to a P.O. box, you can always leave a mail forwarding. It was always fun to receive a mystery package, but do what works for you. Anyway, have a great hike. Well, thank you so much. And that's a good idea about forwarding. I didn't know you could do that. I thought, I knew if you didn't open a package, you could get it forwarded on for free, but I didn't know you could leave information behind about where they should send it next. That's really cool. Thank you for that. Jasper Steve says, well, on the trail, are you thinking of illustrating, writing a how-to guide, equipment, shoes, food, shelter, blah, blah, blah? Definitely everything I learn, I'll put in my videos. And then I'm definitely going to make a documentary like I did with my big road trip when I lived in a van. And from there, I don't know if I'll do informational videos. Probably, that'd be a good idea. I'm sure there would be a lot I could, well, I don't know. I was about to say there could be a lot of advice I could give, but there's just so many AT videos out there already. I'd be surprised if I wasn't covering a topic that had already been covered. But updated information is always useful, and I don't know. That's just kind of the nature of making YouTube videos, I guess. You're always going to cover something that's already been covered. But it's how you do it that, sets it apart. Big Apple Backpacking says, ULA makes great packs. I have the circuit and the catalyst. When do you plan on starting the AT? Can't tell you for sure the start date, but videos will be coming out in April. That's cool to hear you like ULA packs. That's good. KG said, did you see the movie Wild with Reese Witherspoon? I thought that when the guy was talking about having postal stops along the way, it was based on a true story, and it was the Pacific Crest Trail. Yeah, I saw that movie when it came out in theaters, I remember. I haven't watched it since, and I ought to, though. I remember, like, she's carrying so much stuff, and on the first night, she gets out instructions on how to use her stove or how to set up her tent or something, and just, like, if that is your first time using that gear, I would be nervous, but yeah. I think it's based on a book, but is the book a true story? I don't remember. You could be right. Kim's seen it. Such an awesome movie. Larry Hunter says, hi, Maddie. Welcome back. Heading through your hometown on the way to Texas the weekend. Oh, cool. Party it up. If you want to get a Kentuckian food, you should Google where to get a hot brown that's on your way. It's a sandwich with tomato. And so I've never had one because I don't like tomato. But I know it's a Kentuckian thing. KG says, at the end they talk about the real woman she did, and she ended up getting married, but it was something she had to do. Very cool. AK Ramla says, try the Wild audiobook on the trail. That'd be interesting. I'm definitely trying to, what's it called? Trying to get, a lot of libraries have apps where you can download audiobooks, and that's another thing I need to do, but, I haven't been to the library in my hometown since I was in high school. So, like, there was no create your login and password back then. You just had a physical library card. So they probably have my account. I don't really feel like making a new account, but I guess I will. So we shall see. Internet person says, wait, it's just a tomato? No, there's other stuff. I just don't remember what it is. Cheese, maybe, and maybe ham or some kind of meat. But yeah, it's called a hot brown. It's like Kentucky food, but I've never had one because I don't like tomatoes. Larry says, we follow road food for great places to get the local specialties on the way. Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, that'd be great. Wish I had that when I was road tripping. Iron Man person says, come to Kentucky where we have a single slice of... No! That's not how it was. That's not how it is, I should say. Although, you could, if you're into tomatoes. Kim says, how will you stay motivated while on the trail? Well, I think just because this has been my plan, I decided to do the AT when I was in Reno. If you've been following me for a long time, I was in Reno for like a month and a half, August to September of last year. And I've been working at it for so long, and just like, this is what I have planned out for this year. Hi, Mr. Ryan, welcome. But I think what's gonna, even when so when I backpacked Europe in the first few months of 2020, I was not having that good of a time. Sometimes it was very cold, since it was the off season, I did that on purpose to save money, but there were also less fellow travelers, so it was harder to meet people, and I was not having a good time. But I remember being like, do I want to go back to Kentucky? Not really, because I would just be hanging around there, and I'd rather be just hanging around in a new place. And so, I don't know. I guess it will be much more physically challenging and like uncomfortable to an even greater extreme, but in situations where I have been tested in the past, I just keep on going because that was the plan, and rather be following along with the plan and being in a new place and being bored or sad or whatever, instead of being home and being in my hometown, I should say, being bored and sad or whatever. You get what I mean, hopefully? Sorry, lots of messages while I was explaining that. Good question though, Kim. Mama Muffin says Kentucky tomatoes are awesome in the summer. That's true. Well, that's true for people that like tomatoes. I know they're popular in the summer though. Internet person is in Pennsylvania, in Wisconsin. It's just tomato sandwiches too. It's a BLT without the B and L. Yep. Coffee Traveling says the legendary open-faced sandwich, which is made from Texas toast, thick sliced turkey, cheesy Monterey sauce, crisp bacon, and tomato. Oh my gosh! I said all of the I guessed at all the ingredients besides bacon. So, and I was wondering, is it open faced or not? So, thank you, Coffee Traveling. Larry Hunter says that sounds great. Alrighty, guys. Well, I am about to hop off here to go take a shower after my long day of walking. Do y'all have any last minute things you want to ask or say or anything like that? Miss Sass says, good day from Australia. I came here via the Terra Treks video. Oh, that's awesome. That was really fun to be on that channel, to be on featured. So many good people are also doing, so many videographers, I should say. I'm sure they're all good people doing the trail in general, but so many other YouTubists, as I like to say, are doing it too. KG says, nice chatting, sleep well, thank you. Mr. Ryan says, Arizona rocks. It sure does. Jasper C says, have a nice evening from Minnesota. Kim says, have a great evening, rest and relax, you deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Did you all notice my water bottle matches my, well, it doesn't exactly match, but I like using them at the same time because of their colors. Miss Sass says, you had me a beer. Thank you. Glad I did. Miscellaneous BS says, have a good night. Thank you, thank you. KG says, God bless you and yours, all my brothers and sisters. Aww. Yeah. Internet person said, bye. I can only guess it's being conveyed in that tone of voice. That's how I would say it. Mama Muffin says, have a great night's sleep. Thank you. Rod said, it was awesome to see you again. Stay safe. Grow Ye Roan says, good night. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a good night too. Our internet person says that is an incredibly long water bottle. It is. I don't really like it sometimes because it is obnoxiously tall. When I drive and the cup holder is like here, sometimes I'm like knocking against it. Oh well, I like the color and I like that it's insulated though, so what you gonna do? Bye Ron! Bye Mark Sr., good night. Night Brianna, night Miss says, oh, you weren't saying good night. When do you start the AT? Videos are coming in April. Chore Wire says, looking forward to following you on the AT journey. Thank you. Tanya, good night to you too. Hope everything's well up there in Indiana. I'm about to go take a shower and use the soap that you sent me. Alrighty, y'all. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'll probably do this next week again too. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Hope everything goes well. Hope you have a good week. All right, bye.